Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. To my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. So today I'm still back home in my old bedroom, and I thought I'll share with you what I've kept in my old study desk all these years. Right over here you can see my desk, all its drawers. Over here we have some of my old comic books from my school days. But what I want to show you today is my collection of knives that I've kept in this study desk all this while. Here's a look at my knife collection, and I'll just quickly go through them one at a time for this video. But before we get into this, please give me a like if you enjoy this sort of content, and don't forget to share and subscribe. So let's get into this. Alright, I removed all the knives from the cocoon organizer. I've taken out my gloves just to be extra safe when playing with the knives. And we'll start with the first one from over here on the left, and I'll move progressively to the right. Alright, the first knife that I have is actually a multi-tool. This is the Leatherman Skeletool. This is the only multi-tool that I have, and it's actually my favorite. It comes with a really sharp knife which locks into position. And the pliers are really effective. Very nice pliers over here, although it's not spring-loaded. The multi-tool does come with a bottle opener, which is right here at the end, and a screwdriver. Right now it has a flathead screwdriver right over here. You release it by pressing this button, and you can change the size of the screwdriver, or you have the option of using a Phillips screwdriver. Which I think is really nice. And you can pop this piece right back here. This is a great multi-tool, and if you would like to get one, I would highly recommend Leatherman Skeletool. The next knife we're going to look at is this Gerber Paraframe. I actually bought this knife a few years ago from Walmart. It wasn't that expensive, but this is probably the least favorite of my knives in my collection. The reason for that is that it's quite difficult to actually open up the knife. It's not really that smooth, and the blade is not that great either. It's quite good as a utility knife, but I wouldn't carry this for my everyday carry if I had a choice. To close it, you press this button, and it closes like that. Again, this knife opens rather stiffly. So it's not my favorite. But I believe it only cost me about $10 when I first bought it. So I'm happy to have it in my collection. Our next knife is this one from Spyderco. This is known as the Spyderco Byrd, also sometimes called as the Spyderco Byrd series of knives. I do like this knife quite a lot. It's pretty sharp, and it's one of the few knives that I have that you can actually open up one-handed. So that's pretty cool. very nice blade on this knife, although it's made in China. The only one thing that I didn't like about this knife is that the closing button or the release button here is very stiff, and you actually need to hold it pretty tightly to close the blade. So that could be a problem, especially if you're using this as your everyday carry. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to open it up. And it has worked well for me when I was carrying this knife when I first got it. Okay, the two last knives that I have are both from Kershaw. This is the Kershaw Shuffle, and this is probably my favorite everyday carry knives when I was carrying knives in my younger days. This knife is pretty lightweight, and it's also one of the knives that I have that you can open one-handed. This is a very nice blade on it, and you can hold it in this manner to do your cutting. It's really small. You can close it with one hand, and it hides very easily in any pockets. It does come with a bottle opener, and you can use this part here as a screwdriver, which is pretty convenient. I actually bought two of these knives, but I lost the other one, so this is the only one that I have. It's a great knife. And if you are looking to get a small knife for your everyday carry, this is one knife that I would recommend. Sorry, I just get the camera to focus. Yeah. So this is the Kershaw Shuffle. Alright, the final knife in my collection, this is a Kershaw Cryo, and this is probably my favorite knife among all these knives here in my collection. I don't often carry this as my everyday carry because it's a little bit heavy, but what I like about this knife is the spring-assisted release for the blade. So it's a fast-acting knife, and it's really easy to close with one hand. The blade, the metal is made from China, but it's really sharp, and it's attached really well to the handle, so there's no play in the blade, as you can see. Again, the spring-assisted opening makes this a really quick-acting knife. And when I'm not carrying the Kershaw Shuffle, I'll be usually carrying this Cryo. Although because of the larger dimension, this knife is a little bit more difficult to hide, especially if you only have small pockets with you. There are no other tools with this knife. It just comes with this blade. Unlike the Shuffle, where you have the options of using it as a bottle opener or as a screwdriver. But I do love how the spring-assisted blades opens when you need to use this knife. Very nice. Alright, with that, I guess that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at my knives and multi-tool collection. I don't carry knives out there as my everyday carry. all these knives here. I kept in this drawer in my study desk for many years. But I'm happy to be able to share these knives here with all of you. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, you all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.